Have you ever wanted to create forms to collect information and store it in a collaborative spreadsheet without all the trouble of learning or paying for new software or a consultant? If so, Google Forms might be for you. To get started, you will need a Google account, and more specifically, we're going to log into Google Documents. Within Google Documents, we'll go to Create New, Form. You have a lot of options with your form. You can change the theme. You can have just a plain theme. Or if you desire, you can choose one of the fancy pretty themes that they offer. I'm going to use Zen Spring for this one. Once you've chosen your theme, you can go ahead and press Apply. You can title your form. For purposes today, we'll just have this as Spring Concert. And our first question here, sample question, go ahead and save this so that we have it all set up. And our first sample question will simply ask if they plan on attending the concert. And to make it specific, we'll give them a date as well. You have several options with your answers. You can have leave it as an open-ended question, a multiple choice question, checkboxes, choosing from a list, a scale, or a grid. For this one, we'll use checkboxes. Our first option is yes. Our second option is no. And finally, let's have an undecided as well. You can add additional checkboxes as necessary. And by checking here, I can make this a required question. Go ahead and press Done. Now you can see kind of how the question will look. We'll add an additional question here. Come over to the pencil, which means Edit. If I were to change my mind about the first question, I could go to the trash can here, and that shows that we can delete it. I can also duplicate the question if I like the formatting of that. You might make these two different questions, but for this we'll make it one. How many people will it be attending? Let's actually make this a different event. So how many will be attending the pre-concert on March 31st? And for this one, I'll give them a multiple choice. Of course, it would kind of depend on how you wanted to set this up for yourself. 3 people, 4 or more. And we'll make this a required question as well. So to keep it short here, I'll keep our 2 questions, and I'll go ahead and press Save. You can see up here it said saving, so we knew that was working for us. Now, there's a number of ways to make this form be put into action. I can email the form, and I can also embed the form. So if I have a blog, a wiki, or a website, I would simply copy and paste this code into my blog, wiki, or website. For this example, I'm going to email the form. And I'll email it to myself right now so you can kind of see what it's going to look like for the user of the form. So I simply enter my email, and I'm going to include the form in the email, and go ahead and press Send. Now if I check into my email here, go ahead and update that. Here it is, the spring concert. And you can see the form looks just the way that I just entered it. Do you plan on attending the concert? I'll put yes. How many will be attending the pre-concert? I'll put 2. Scroll down and see the submit button. Go ahead and submit. So that's what it would look like for the person that was creating the form. For the person, or I'm sorry, that was using the form. The person who's creating the form, it will look like this. Automatically, you'll notice now in Google Documents, I'll have my untitled form. I can go back and change the name if I want to remember that spring concert. You can see actually it did it for me here. And I have my 2 columns. Do you plan on attending the concert? Yes, that was my answer, and the timestamp from exactly when I did it, today at 9:41. And how many will be attending the pre-concert? And there's my answer too. As each person puts in their input, you can have these fields will fill out. In addition, if you have them create their name, one of those fields will have their name associated with that person. So you can see exactly how that would look. Now, because this is a Google Doc, I can share it with multiple people that would also want to see this spreadsheet and see who is going to be attending that spring concert. So it's really just that easy. If you have questions, you can contact me. My name is Rachel Lacey, and I'm with ITSCO, itsco.org. Thank you very much for listening today, and we'll see you next time.